Hey guys, welcome to our channel. We wanted to take a little bit of time to officially introduce ourselves and a little bit about who we are and what we intend to do with this. So my name is Chantal. This is Mike, and we moved to a property on 40 acres. A little bit of backstory on it is that it was actually my family's property. I grew up here. My dad had a lot of big plans with it, and unfortunately, he passed away a couple years ago, so he never really got to see through everything he wanted to do with it. So we decided we wanted to take it over. It's kind of a funny story because we were coming here helping my mom clear stuff out, and as we were leaving the property to go home, I kind of looked at him one day and said, hey, like, would you want to move here sometime? And I think we were both a little hesitant at first, but we had a 40-minute drive home, and by the end of it we were talking about chickens and goats and all of the things that we could do with this property, and I think we were pretty excited about it. So that's kind of how we got here. A little bit of my background. Obviously, like I said, I grew up here. We didn't do a whole lot of homesteading growing up. We actually have a track on the property. My brother raced, and I did for a little bit, but I ended up giving that up for dance eventually. But we had dogs, we had cats, we really made the most of just having land. We had ATVs. We were very much a small engine family, so we did a lot of that. I'm really excited to take this and make it into us being more self-sufficient. We really want to get animals. Our goal is to get chickens in the spring. We have a lot of big plans that way. So I'm really excited to, like I said, know where our food comes from, become more self-sufficient, garden, and have a sanctuary. Really, I think that's what I'm most excited about, is to have a place that I'm excited to call home and I don't want to leave. So.
I think for me it was, growing up, I played hockey all my life and I lived in the cities and I lived on the border of the cities and I lived on a ranch at one point for a little bit. And I remember the calming effect that it had when I was doing work in the cities and then making an hour drive home to the peace and listening to the cows on the ranch and stuff really brought a lot of serenity. And I think on that drive home when Chantal was talking about, do we want to move here and stuff like that, I think a big thing that hit for me was those memories that I have of how serene it was and how quiet it was, and we both knew that we wanted to do the homesteading thing. We both knew that we wanted to get animals and stuff like that, and that's really what struck me. And told her, I was like, let's tackle this. We know it's a big project. The land needs a lot of work. Like you said, there's a track on it right now, which we're gonna start, demolishing and leveling out, because our goal in 2026 is to have our wedding here. It's a beautiful property, and I think once we get it all laid out how we want it to be, I think it can be something really special that would be for the both of us, and also her father, who passed away, that wanted to make this place something that really could have been something. I think it's cool to be able to fill those shoes and make it truly something unique.
Like he said, we're actually planning on having our wedding here, so we want to take you through that journey of getting the property ready too. So we have a couple clearings we need to, like you said, take the jumps out. We want to plant flowers. He has plans for making it actually more hunting land too. So, but that'll be really cool. It's kind of like a park at the end of it. And we're going to be updating the house. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff on the property. So we want to take you through that journey, getting it ready for our wedding, which we're pretty excited about too. So
yeah, and we haven't been here long. It's probably been about 7 months now, and a lot of that work has been getting stuff cleared out and stuff like that. And that's a lot of videos that you're going to be seeing on this channel. There's a lot of skid steer work, a lot of cleaning up, a lot of land leveling and forestry type of work. On her end, she's looking to do a lot more of the canning stuff and like taking care of where our food comes from and stuff like that. And you'll see as we progress through this channel the chicken coop that's going to be built that we're working on, and stuff like that. So it should be a fun journey, and we're super excited to have you guys along with it.
a little bit about our history as a couple and how we got here. We met back in 2022, so we lived about an hour apart at the time. We were doing kind of a long distance thing. Not fully, because we could still see each other on weekends and stuff, but we were traveling back and forth for a while, and then finally we moved in together it was almost a year ago now.
Yeah.
But through that journey, I think we realized how much we wanted a lot of the same things. It's interesting because since I grew up in the country, I never really saw myself coming back here when I was younger. But it's funny how I moved towards the cities, and ended up realizing that that was not ultimately the life I wanted, or for future kids or whatever. I would want to raise them out here and give them space and all the stuff we're planning on doing. So that's kind of, I feel like we both realized that's kind of what we wanted to do. So
Yeah, and I think that that's something that, a lot of people talk about legacies, and I think for me, and I'm sure I speak for you as well, once we get this to something that we want it to be, leaving this behind for our future kids to take over will be very special for both of us, and giving them the reins, as we get older and stuff like that. So that's another exciting piece of our life that I'm looking forward to.
yeah, and especially knowing too that this was my dad's property. So for future kids one day, it's their granddad's property that they never got to meet, and kind of knowing it's like he's here with us without him being here. So, and also share, but we also hope that enough people start watching that we also can learn from other people too. If you see stuff that you have tips on or that we don't know how to do, we would love to hear from people. And it's also kind of a cool documentary style for us where we can go back and see our journey. This is very new for us to, watch Tag grow up, watch us grow up.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're really excited for it, and I hope you guys are too.
And we also hope that this channel will give inspiration to those that want to do a homestead style thing, but are a little worried or feel overwhelmed, that you're not going to be alone, because we're overwhelmed already, but we're
Yeah.
going to figure it out. And if we can figure it out, you can figure it out.
Yeah, we're by no means, like we said, no means experienced. Me and him, I mean, I grew up on land, but I did not homestead or do any of this, and neither did you. So we are complete beginners, but we're really excited and overwhelmed.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I think that's us.